Hey, do you have what it takes to be a brightside detective? There's only one way to find out. You get 1 point for each riddle you solve. Get your pads out and let's get cracking, Sherlock. Number 1. Who knows something? Anna had the flu and stayed in bed for 3 days. One afternoon, her mother came to visit her. She walked into her room, but Anna was gone. She immediately called the police, and the detectives had 3 main suspects: Chris, Jenna, and Mark. They were Anna's roommates and said they left the house and had been out all night. When the detectives checked their cars, they immediately knew who was lying. Can you figure it out? You have 7 seconds. It was Chris. His car was parked too close to a wall, and Anna's car was parked right next to it. Since Anna didn't leave the house for 3 days, it means neither did he. Number 2. The bank incident. On Saturday morning, the bank received a call that someone took all the jewelry out of the bank's vault. Officer Diaz was on the case, and as soon as she walked into the bank, she asked to see the security cameras. Coincidentally, they didn't work, and she knew this was an inside job. She turned to the security guard, the cashier, and the analyst and asked them to open their office drawers. Tom, the security guard, had keys to the vaults to let visitors in. Mark, the cashier, had a pair of gloves to handle money. Tim, the analyst, had the master key in his drawer that opened the vault because he needed some documents there. Immediately, the officer knew who did it. Can you figure it out? It was the analyst. The vault was filled with jewelry, not documents. 3. Who took the prints? It was a rainy Sunday morning, and Jane, who was the prince's housekeeper, walked into his room to clean it. There, she realized that the prince was gone. But there was evidence in the room that something had happened: broken vases, spilled drinks, and duct tape on the floor. Jane called the police right away, and they began questioning everyone in the house. The butler said he was cleaning his car to take the prince shopping. Jane said that as soon as she walked into the room, she called the police. The gardener said that he didn't even go inside and was watering the plants in the garden. Can you help the police figure it out? It was the gardener. It was raining. There was no need to water the plants. 4. The talking pit. Ethan had an argument with his brother and decided to go back home. He didn't have a car and took a shortcut through the park. While walking, he fell into a pit. Ethan screamed for help, but nobody could hear him. Suddenly, a portal opened and threw a slice of pizza in his hands. A weird voice whispered, "Every time you say pizza, a pizza will fall out of the portal." 2 minutes later, Ethan was out of the pit. How did he do it? He said pizza so many times that the pit got filled with them and he climbed out. Number 5. The space disappearance. An astronaut was about to go on a spacewalk. He needed the OK from the Space Center on Earth, but the communications were down since 4 a.m. that morning. While waiting for someone to fix the problem, he vanished. Someone on the space station knew what happened, but who? Harry said that he was in his room sleeping. Nick said that he was reading a book on his bed. Jenna said she was talking to the Space Center down on Earth. Who is lying? You have 7 seconds to figure it out. It's Jenna. Their communications were down since that morning, and Nick couldn't get the OK to leave. 6. Who is not poor? Jack, a hired private investigator, is looking for someone who is pretending to be poor to get free stuff at the local coffee shop. But everyone there has similar accessories, and it's hard to figure it out. Can you help? It's the lady in the gray suit. She holds car keys in her hands. 7. Artificial intelligence. Alan made a smart home system that can be controlled from his phone. One night, someone got into his phone and tampered with the system. Alan was woken up by the TV, telling him to get out of the house. There were 3 doors that would lead him to the garage, but the system controlled all of them. Behind the first door, the temperature dropped to below zero. Behind the second door, the temperature rose so high that everything started to melt. Behind the third door, 2 large robots were trying to get any human being that walked past them. Which way should Alan go through? You have 7 seconds to help him. He should walk through the first door. The human body can handle freezing temperatures for a few minutes. Number 8. The soda drink. Mark was walking to work when he got taken into a crazy chemist's basement. The scientist told him he had 2 bottles of soda for him. One is the real thing, and the other one is poison. Which one should Mark pick to stay alive? The second bottle. That cap on the first bottle seems to be unscrewed. Someone opened it. 9. The crazy avocado incident. On Sunday, Mark, a hotel owner, called the police and said that the chef of his hotel tried to poison him. The night before, he gave him a fresh avocado to eat, and as soon as he took the first bite, he passed out. The police ran to investigate the scene, and the chef denied everything. They found the avocado on the floor, and they knew that the owner was lying. How did they know? The avocado was fresh. If he bit it last night, it would have been brown by now. Number 10. The missing sculptures. After a huge exhibition, the owner walked in his gallery only to see the most expensive sculptures had been taken. They were all very heavy, and witnesses saw a red van leaving the scene. The police patrolled the area and saw 3 red vans heading in different directions. Which one should they follow? You have 7 seconds to decide. The second one. Since the sculptures are very heavy, the tires are deflating. 11. Which dish should not be eaten? The Miller family hired a new chef. In his first dinner preparation, someone paid him to poison the father's food. There are 4 family members, and the chef prepared similar dishes, but with a special tweak for each of them according to their tastes. Alice, the daughter, doesn't eat meat. John, the father, loves junk food. Mark, the brother, likes to eat sweet things during dinner. Jane, the mother, loves vegetables. Which dish should John avoid to save his life? You've got 7 seconds. It's the one with French fries as a side dish. The fish is for Alice. There's a piece of cake next to Mark's plate, and Jane's plate has the most veggies. 12. The coffee shop incident. Jake is a coffee shop owner. On his way to the bank to make a deposit, a lady stopped him and took his money. When the police showed up, he told them the woman who took his briefcase scratched him with the ring she was wearing. Jake said he didn't see her face. She was wearing a mask, gloves, and a red suit. The police didn't believe him and took Jake to the station for further interrogation. Why? How did the suspect scratch him with a ring when she was wearing gloves? 13. The powerful strawberries. Jack was locked in a dark concrete room. On the table there were 3 strawberries, all giving him different superpowers. But he could only pick one. The first one made him invisible. The second one prevented him from feeling pain and gave him immediate healing powers. The third one made him super fast. Which one should he choose? You have 7 seconds to find out. With the second one, he can punch the wall until it breaks. Now, let's see your results. If you collected 1 to 4 points, you're a detective in training. You have a good potential, but you still need to work on your reasoning. For the 5 to 8 point takers, congrats! You're junior detectives. You have a nice hunch, but it doesn't work all the time. And if you got 8 to 12 points, then you're the best YouTube detective out there, and I'm assigning you to more difficult cases in the future.